Hey everyone, so in this video we're going to do something real quick. We're going to learn how to spawn a component during runtime, attach it to an actor, and we're going to do it with a static mesh component so that you can see a static mesh pop into existence. This is something that took me a little bit to learn, and it's actually really quick, so let me show you. Alright, I'm in a blank project. This is Unreal Engine 5, however this works for any of the 4s. I've just created myself a little actor class. This is the blueprint, and it is off of an actor that I have made via new C++ class. I just did a basic actor. So here we are in Writer, our IDE, my IDE of choice for Unreal Engine. I just have my blank spawner, which is just your standard actor. I've gotten rid of the tick because we don't need that. What we do need is a U property that is visible anywhere. Blueprint, we can just do blueprint read only. Category equals components. And this is our static mesh component. Now we're not going to set this up in the constructor like you normally would. We just want to save a pointer to it. Next, we want to edit anywhere in a blueprint. We can do a read write on this one. And this is a category equals config. Now this is going to be our static mesh that we want our component to create at runtime. So this needs to be set in the editor. Now we could do it on begin play, but I think it's best to do it on a function just so that we can see it work. So I'm going to call this setup mesh, and we'll make it a U function, blueprint callable. And go ahead and make the definition. Alright, in here, we need to get our static mesh component and actually make it. So we're going to call new object. We're going to pass in new uStatic mesh component as the template, the class that we want to create. This is the owner, or rather, this is the outer. You need an outer object, so this. And then we want to do uStatic mesh component static class to get the class. And then we'll call it static mesh. So that's the function call in order to create the component. It's created, right? But we haven't actually attached it yet. So we need to check, first of all, if the pointer is valid. And one big important thing we need to do is register the component. It is now registered, so the engine knows about it. It does some other complex things. Register is required. Once it's registered, we can attach it. So we're going to call attach to component. If you want to do setup attachment, you can do that, then register. That's the order. However, because we're registering, we're going to do attach to component. And the reason why is I'm going to put it on root component, and we're going to get it from that T object pointer. And this function allows you to do an attachment rule. And the rule we can do keep relative transform, which is your default, I believe, that it does. However, you could do different attachment rules if you really wanted to. So that's what's cool about that function. Once we're done with that, there's one more thing that I found that we need to do, the creation method, component creation method instance. That's where it actually will show up, and so that you can see it in the editor. Without that, it doesn't seem to show up, so you need that. Now we're going to check if our static mesh, the actual static mesh, is set in the editor, and if so, we can call set static mesh and pass in the static mesh. That's it. That's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and start up the editor. Okay, if you haven't already, go ahead and make the blueprint class off that. So I called it blank spawner. Just go ahead and make one. I've already got one here, BP spawner. I'm going to open it up. And on the begin play, what I'm going to do is set timer by function name, and I'm going to call this setup mesh, and it'll call after 3 seconds. So that way we can actually see it in action. I'm going to drag the spawner out here. I'm going to turn the player start so we'll be looking at it. And on this, here's our static mesh config, the little thing that we need to do. And you can see there's our component. We made it visible, and it says none. There is no component made. So here I'm going to do a cube Yeah, basic shape cube. I'm gonna hit play. Doop! There it is. And we can go ahead and jump out of this and check out our BP spawner, and you see over here on the right, there's our static mesh component. It has been created, registered, and attached, and it has a static mesh. So that's how you do that. At runtime, if you ever need to create a component and attach it to an actor, just go through those steps. See you next time.